What is going on, YouTube people? Busy couple of hours here. Last night, late night drop, we had the massive tops news regarding CT scanning and their new rules for shops. And then come Thursday morning, we have a PSA price increase. Are we serious? Are we back in the pandemic days? Pokemon is going crazy. People are fighting in stores for boxes of cards with squirrels on the front of it. PSA is backlogged, and now we have a PSA price increase. We just had a CGC price increase last week across the board. This week we got PSA. What in the wide world of nonsense is going on out there? All right, what do we got? This is affecting a pretty decent amount of stuff. The low end is getting bumped up, and the high end is getting bumped way up, and the middle is getting left alone. The two that are going to impact the most people. Value bulk. This bad boy right here, previously $19 per card, is now going to $20 per card. Same declared value, 500 or less. The biggest one, and especially given the current state of things, on the right here, by the way, is the old pricing. This is the new pricing. TCG bulk was $15 a card, going to $17 a card. So PSA looking around saying Charlizards are hot. Let's get a couple extra bucks here. I should note these go into effect Friday, January 17th. I am recording this video on Thursday, going straight up. So you have a day and a half to get an order in under the current pricing. All right. The middle of the road stays the same. Value, no change. Value plus, no change. Regular, no change. Now we have a change, and this is where things get expensive. Express, currently at $129, going to $150. Super Express, currently $250, going to $300. Walkthrough, $500 a card, going to $600 a cart. Premium, which is for the ultra big boys, $800 a card, currently will be going to $1,000 a card. They did make some adjustments on ticket grading and reholdering as well. They did send out an email to everybody, so you probably should have gotten this email if you're a PSA customer. But that is where we currently sit. So CGC just recently raised prices. PSA just raised prices. Is SGC next? SGC is owned by Collectors Universe. Would they bump prices up? Don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they went up a buck or two in the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens there. Beckett, nobody cares. So I guess, my first question is, does this impact anything that you are all doing? I know myself personally probably doesn't, because I usually wait for specials anyways. And hot take, we're probably not getting a good special come February 1st. I just don't think we are. I think this is a twofold increase if I had to guess. I am sure part of it is just general cost of doing business is more expensive. A general inflationary increase, kind of like the whole you got to raise the rent every single year type thing. I am sure that's part of it. I am sure this is also conveniently timed because they are hammered right now. And this may be a tactic to pump the brakes a little, if you will. We have seen grading companies do this over the years in the past to help stem the flow of cards coming in. Hey, we need to slow things down for a hot minute. We need a breather. We need to get caught up. So we're going to go ahead and add a couple bucks on here. Maybe it drops submission volume by like 10%, maybe 5%. And maybe that's all they need. They just need a little breathing room to help get caught up, because PSA is clearly backed up right now. I mean, they made a statement saying they were backed up right now. So for PSA to come out and make a statement saying they're backed up, they have to be backed up. I know recently my December special order that I sent took about 3 weeks to get checked in. It's still in research and ID. It's been in research and ID for like a week plus. My regular service order, boy, is that going to be a spicy video. My Paul Skeens single card order sat in QA checks, or the assembly rather, sat in assembly for a better part of a week. The grade finally popped on that. That's going to be an entertaining video. Oh boy. Yeah, more on that in the future when I get the card back. It hasn't shipped yet. So is this going to change anything for you? Are you going to rush to get an order out the door in the next 24 hours before these go into effect? Now, it says go into effect January 17th. So I don't know if that means today's your last day to potentially get orders in, or if you also have tomorrow too. Regardless, I wouldn't wait. If you're on the fence about sending something, you need to get it out the door. I would get that bundled up, get it entered. Even if you don't ship it, at least start the paperwork process so it is in there and your pricing is locked in. Wonder if this trickles down to like GameStop. Does GameStop now have to increase their pricing, or are they locked into a certain contractual rate for so long? Because that almost makes, I forget what their pricing is across the various different tiers on whether you're like an Edge member or not, or pro, whatever the hell they call their GameStop pros, if that has something to do with it. And I would like to know, I would be very curious, this influx of, oh my God, we are super behind, how much of that was from GameStop business? Because they got the one set of public data that we know was they got a good chunk of cards, but it was only about a month and a half's worth of data from the GameStop earning reports, the timing of it. And, when I interviewed Nat recently, he had basically said, we were all kind of surprised by the amount of business that GameStop sent us in the limited time that deal has been going on. And I wonder if that kind of caught them off guard a little bit company-wide of, because, they were doing really well for most of the summer and into the fall, no problems at all, ran some very good specials around the holidays and stuff. And I just wonder if they got caught a little off guard on the GameStop volume. Maybe that has nothing to do with it. I don't know. Like I said, there could be a ton of different things going on, and it could just be a bunch of little things that added up, or medium things that added up to get to this point. And the other thing, is this, like I said earlier, is this a inflation adjustment pricing increase, or is this a, hey, send us a few less cards till we get caught up? Because you can always run a special. They could if they need cards, all they got to do is run some ultra modern special, drop it a few bucks, and then everyone will be tripping over themselves to send cards in the PSA. That's not an issue. So, fun times ahead. CGC price increases, PSA price increases, SGC, is that the next video? We'll find out. Crazy times around here. I'll close the video with this. Speaking of crazy times, if you have not yet, I have spun up a second YouTube channel. That's right. Second YouTube channel. Specifically focused on TCG and TCG only. So Pokemon, Magic, maybe touch on Lorcana, stuff like that. But any TCG-like stuff. Right now, it's mostly Pokemon focused because that's where all the heat is. But there'll definitely be some Magic content over there, especially with Marvel and Final Fantasy sets coming out later this year. But if you want my hot takes on TCG, go over to Neo TCG. I will link to this either in a pinned comment or the video description. If you want to follow along for that, go subscribe to that new channel. I don't have a cadence for videos on that yet. So far, it's been kind of random. I am still getting my footing over there, but so far it's been fairly successful in the week or so that it's been alive. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check out that channel. That is all I got for you, boys and girls. As always, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Catch you on the next one. Peace.